So, the day is upon us, and I say the day because you're not going to know what day it is, because it's probably not particularly important to anybody other than me. But I've just finished recording the very last track, and that's the last track that I've recorded music for, rather than the last track on the album. Basically, the record's finished. I'm just in the process at the moment of getting it mastered and good to go, and then once that's done, the big kind of promotional preamble will begin. So lots of kind of videos about odds and sods and bits and bobs just to try and chivvy it along a little bit. I'm wearing a tie here because I thought it was quite a salubrious occasion. I haven't worn a tie in ages, so I feel like a bit of a twat. So basically the track I've just finished is a song called An Acceptable Level of Sickness, and basically it's about the kind of duality we have between the fact that we used to have people down the pits physically destroying their bodies. Now in the kind of modern world we have people not down the pits but destroying their minds mentally because of the fact that Prozac and all that kind of thing is the main prescribed medication around the world. So, cheery stuff. But it's set to quite a lively electronica kind of beat, which kind of brings me to the stylistic element of, I didn't realise how grey my hair has gotten, my word. So basically the album is made up of a few parts. Some of it is very straightforward. I would say kind of the Benz era Radiohead, some of it sounds like. Has orchestral elements as well as electronica built in. Other tracks are more akin to chiptune, but which is a version of electronica but based more in the kind of arena of video games. But they're all kind of singles, if that makes sense. They're all actual songs. And with that, they all follow the same kind of theme, which I'll come to in a moment. So we have that, and then we also have tracks that are almost folkish, a couple of those. We've also got one very kind of maudlin, almost meditative piece, which is based on the oldest song as a species we think has ever existed, made by man. So it's all sorts, really, but quite proud of it. Thematically, the album, I've spoken about this before, and I'll try and keep this as pithy as quick as possible and chucking stuff in to make it visually interesting because people have very short attention span. But thematically, it's about the album or the medium of the album. The album was everything when I was younger. I still love the medium of the album now. It's all about singles. Before doing this, people said doing an album is suicide, financially, etc. People don't do that anymore. And I thought, well, I'd like to do one before I'm dead. So I'm just going to take this off because I'm getting on my wig. So I did. And the kind of overarching theme of it is also married into the fact of AI and both the fascination I have with it and the paranoia that I have that it's basically going to ruin the opportunities that I have and other people have in the arena of making music. This also kind of has elements of I was recently diagnosed as being an autistic person. Subsequently, I look back on the fact that when I was younger I empathised more with machines than people, and that used to worry me. Now it kind of makes sense. So there's that kind of thing about being in an AI world, also having that kind of mindset. Also there's just all broad human things like getting older, and there's a multitude really of things that are addressed, and particularly with the creeping era of technological change that's coming, and I think that worries everyone. And I think it all complements each other. It's a cohesive whole, as it were. Not going to post any music up yet, as I still need to master it. But I did want to touch base because this has taken a long time, 7 months. As I write and record and produce everything myself, that's a very, very long process. I kind of did some crap maths, so this could be quite off, but it's somewhere around the region of 960 hours worth of work. It could quite easily be more than that, actually, but don't quote me on it. most important thing to an extent with this is I don't anticipate this to be any kind of financial success or remunerative to myself at all. I'm purely doing this on artistic basis. As such, the record on Bandcamp at least will be free. You'll be able to download it for nothing. You can donate if you wish, but otherwise don't. Purpose of this is I want to try and get it to as many people as broadly as possible, because I think it touches upon things that are important to people and at the moment aren't really being talked about. So in the run up, and including this if you wish, I'll try and get better at these things and quicker and pithier. Please share and share ad nauseum, because that's the kind of thing that will make it hit groundswell. Also, you know, if you're old school, you can burn it to a disc and give it to a friend. I'm not going to come after you with, you know, I don't know who enforces copyright in this country. Whoever. The people at the start of the DVD adverts, I'm not going to rock up with them demanding payment. You have my utter permission to distribute it for nothing if you wish. It's just so that it gets heard, rather. So I'm just going to put the record out there. I'm going to build up to it. There will be things like videos and artwork and work towards it becoming possibly noticed, which you can help with. I'm obviously not going to tour it or anything ridiculous like that, because at the end of the day I've got my family who come first, and I'm not going to abandon my method of supporting them in the name of a personal dream. And also that would involve people, and I can't really be doing with people. So the next thing will actually be clips of music to come. I'm going to put together the playlist of the album, send it out to a few people who I know have the necessary skill set to give decent feedback. That's my dog in the background, sloking past. Because really I don't want to just start slapping stuff off. I don't want to release things until I know they're 100%, because I've just spent so long doing it. So for now, thank you for watching. Please share anything in the coming weeks if you don't mind. And also make sure you point out that it's free, because people love free stuff. And hopefully then that will get some general traction around the whole thing. If it looks weird and I'm looking all over the shop, partially it's because I don't like being filmed. Secondly, it's because I've got notes here to try and keep track of things. And thirdly, I'm just not very good at this type of thing. So that's everything. Thank you for your time. Have a lovely evening, and speak to you soon. Goodbye. Well, that went quite well. I'm best put this back, really.